Hello guys and welcome to another video. This time we're gonna go over the Novation Summit. This amazing keyboard that my family from Sweetwater sent me for me to check it, to test it, to play it, but also for us to learn it. And eventually, if you love it, go get it at Sweetwater. But I'm so excited to show you this keyboard. This keyboard is amazing. As you guys know, a lot of you guys know Novation by the controller keyboards and all the amazing controller keyboards that they own. But this keyboard itself, man, it's up there with whatever brand that you can think of. This is up there. So today we're gonna go over this keyboard. We're gonna go every single inch of it. We're gonna test everything, the machinery. We're gonna go over some sounds. We're gonna create some sounds from scratch. And we'll just see what it's all about. So come with me to explore the Novation Summit. So on my first glimpse, as I see this keyboard, what I love about this keyboard is like everything is in front of you. Nothing is hidden. But at the same time, a lot of the keyboards that are mostly for traveling and mostly for live performances have all these scenes, calls, and recalls that is easier for you to, when you program, you can recall. Well, the Novation Summit, I feel, in my honest opinion, is more of a studio keyboard. This is a keyboard that is meant for you to produce, have sounds, create sounds, explore the library of this keyboard, but also to play live. I'm not saying that it's not for, it just has its pros and cons. So like for me, when I'm playing live, I want a keyboard that have an easy access to recall scenes. This one, you can also play live. It's just more in a slower pace. So again, this keyboard is created to be on a centerpiece of a studio, but also on stage. It belongs in both. And as you guys know, Novation is well known for controller keyboards, but this one, they really hit it out of the park. First, let's go over the layout of the keyboard. As you guys see in first glimpse, it has everything in front of you. So what I really love about the layout of the keyboard is that starting up here, you have your multi-part controls, but like as you move here, you have your glides, you have your arps, but when you hit the oscillators, you have everything in order, just like you kind of like printing a sound. And that's something that sometimes a lot of keyboards get very complicated when you're trying to like, where's my oscillator, where's my LFOs, where this one is in order. You have your oscillators right here, 1, 2, 3, which is amazing. A lot of times max is 2. Sometimes 1, this one has 3. And then you have your pitch, you have your LFOs, you have your filters, you have your envelopes, and then you have your effects. So that's something that I really love about the Novation Summit. Like even before you play it or even before you hear it, the keyboard tells you a story. It's just you follow from left to right. It's just so easy to follow. And later we're gonna explore how we can create a sound from scratch and how we can create all the things. So like, for now, what I really love about it, it's that it has everything laid out in front of you, ready to create on the spot. Okay, first, when we get into a keyboard like this, we gotta understand the flow. I feel like that's the most important thing when it comes down to like, oh, what is this keyboard all about? Well, the flow has to do a lot of it. So first, we're gonna create a default patch. So I'm gonna click here. And as you guys can hear, normal sound. So now I'm gonna go to my oscillators. So right here, we have the oscillators. And then here you have your mixers. So I'm gonna mute all my oscillators. It has no sound at all. So now I'm gonna start bringing one by one. So like here, I'm gonna bring on my mixer, my oscillator 1. Great. Just a normal sound. But now, just like any other synth keyboard, we're gonna go over and I wanna change my sound. Right now, I'm on a saw. Well, this is a square. You know, you can switch into a sine, triangle, and so on and so forth. So like the good thing about it is you can combine 3 oscillators at the same time, which is pretty dope. It gives you a lot of voicing. Something about the Novation Summit is that it has up to 16 active voices. As you guys can see here in the panel, every time you kind of play and you have voicing, it shows you what kind of voicing do you have. So like right now, you can hear, you can see how many voices I have. But if I play another chord, it shows you right here on the panel how many voices do you have, which is something pretty cool to have as you create sounds and as you create your own patches. Let's talk about the keyboard itself. So this is a 61 keyboard. This is a 61 keyboard after touch, which means after you play a sound, it can create an extra sound on an extra feel. The aftertouch is pretty cool because you can create something, different effects or different feels to different sounds that you create, which is super cool, especially when you're creating your own patches and you want to create some pretty cool, mysterious sounds or effects after you play a note. Instead of like going to your modulation or your pitch, you can kind of like do it all after you play, which is pretty cool. It's a semi-weighted keyboard. It feels pretty good. Something that I really loved the first time I played this keyboard was like how good and easy it was to play, but also how good it felt. And that's something that is hard for, especially newer keyboards, as they create newer keyboards. It's kind of like to feel really good as you play. So that's something that I really love about the Novation Summit. The keyboard itself feels very expressive. It's like easy to play chords, but it's also easy to do lead stuff. So it's something that also it really captivated the first time I played this keyboard. Now also a cool feature about this keyboard is the Oxford oscillators. And you're like, what the heck is an Oxford oscillators? Well, let me tell you. Oxford oscillators are digitally created, which allows to create that very analog sound, that kind of like old sound within a new keyboard. So like that's something that they included on this keyboard. So not a lot of keyboards have that feature, which is pretty cool. When you're playing the sounds of this keyboard, it's like it drives you back to the 90s. It drives you back to the 80s. It has like that warmth to it that I really love. So that's something that Novation really also hit it out of the ballpark. Okay, so now we're gonna go over and we're gonna create a sound from scratch. So now we're gonna start working towards the panel. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna create a default patch. And now this is what it sounds like. Great, that's really good. Just an usual sound. So like we're gonna start from scratch. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but we're gonna go and I'm gonna mute all my oscillators and I'm gonna bring the mixer on the one. As you guys can hear, that's a saw sine wave. And you're gonna ask me, Isaac, what's a saw? Well, there's different kind of wave forms. So like the saw, triangle, a square, and sine, kind of like the main four. And you can combine those and create, that's how you create all the sounds, especially from keyboard. So right now I have all the saw, and this is what it sounds like. I'm gonna now play the square. Sounds like a square to me. This is the sine wave. And this is the triangle. Just normal sounds. Especially if you really into building sounds and working with keyboards, that's something that you're gonna be very familiar to it. So something that also, as I was playing this keyboard, it's just so easy to learn. Like sometimes when you play other keyboards, it can look intimidating, but this one is just so easy to learn. So this is oscillator 1, and here I can mix it, but I can also change the octaves. Right now I'm on 8th octaves. This is 4, 2, 16. I'm gonna go in 8. something pretty cool about the keyboard, it's that not only shows you everything, but it shows you your active voices. So as you play chords, you can see here in the panel how cool it shows you the different voicings that you have, which is something pretty cool and not very common in, I don't think, any keyboard that I've seen. So that's something pretty cool about Novation Summit, something that Novation really stepped up. So right now we have oscillator 1, so now let's bring oscillator number 2. Ooh, strong. So here I can kind of mix. And I can probably gonna pick like a square, right? Maybe 4. And now we're gonna bring the number 3. Strong, strong. Probably a sine. Like you can already see, this is without effects, guys. Like this is just straight up 3 oscillators on. You can hear the richness of it. So like that's something pretty cool about the keyboard. So now let's say, well, I want to add an attack. Okay, great. So let's add here on my envelopes. My filter. And here you can see on the screen, it shows you all the things that you have done. So it shows you the changes that you have made and which one you're on. So like right now, I'm on oscillator 3, and it shows you right here which one you're playing with. So right now, let's say I want to add an effect to it. So okay, well, that's easy. We're gonna verb, and then we're gonna bring it up. So for the reverb options, you have 3 different kinds. So you have the number 1, number 2, a little bigger, and then a bigger size. This is with more, and the time of the decay. Cool. Same thing for the delay, guys. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this keyboard, the first time I played, it looked kind of like intimidating, but like it's so easy. Here you panel on your effects. Here you have your delay. You can play with the time. You can actually sync it. So if you're playing something for your computer and you're playing on a project, you can sync the delay so it actually matches your project. So for now, pretty cool. Same thing for the chorus. You can add the chorus. And this is just a matter of minutes. Look the sound that we created. This is not me spending the actual time to do so. So like, easy peasy. And now it's the same way that you can add distortion and other cool effects. But now, let's take my effects off. So just keep it like this. And now let's go into the LFO. So now, Isaac, I created this sound, but I want to create that cool wombly thing that you can create an effect, a pulsing effect. Well, it's super easy. So here you have your LFOs. You have LFO number 1, LFO number 2, and then you have your global 3 and 4. And these are kind of like the global ones is the one that you can send to your modulation. So that way, if you're trying to like do a solo, you're trying to add some sorts of like cool bends, you can do that. So in there. So like now, if I want to add my LFOs, which is what you can create that effect, that pulsing effect, or you can create pretty cool effects or like slowly moving. Here I have my oscillators, and here I have my shapes. So like right now I have my oscillator number 1. I'm gonna just solo this one. I say, okay, here my LFO number 1. And here's where I can play with the fade time, and I can also play with the speed of the LFO. So let's say I want to send something for the LFO number 1. Well, I'm going to go here because right now it's in manual, but I want to go into my LFO. Now I'm sending the oscillator 1 to my LFOs. That easy. So, and now I can play, and what's my range? High, low, or change. And here I can and same thing I can do with the oscillator 1, but I say, oh no, I want to send this to oscillator 2. Well, here you go. Here you can just send it. Then you add some verb. And you can kind of like play, oh, that's too much. Well, you middle back. The speed is too fast. Well, let's slow it down a little bit more. And here on the screen, it shows you the speed of it. So here you can kind of see. Which is something pretty cool to do. And the same thing you can do to the oscillator 3. Easier to play. Now you have your filter right here. Which is the only cool thing about the filter. It's like a lot of the keyboards doesn't give you an option of what kind of like to do, the shapes that you want to form. This one, you have a low pass, bypass, high pass, or dual. And you can kind of build your slopes of how many dBs you want to. You can hear how quiet it gets, or a little louder. So that's something pretty cool. And here you have your envelope. So super easy. You have your attacks, you have your delays, and you have your decay. So like in your release. So here it's with nothing. Here's with some. More. Release. And you can kind of like play as you create your sound. So like that's something that as you create keyboards, you get very familiar with it. And here you mix, you have your oscillators, and you also have your gains, and then you have your noise if you want some noise. Or not noise. Now, something pretty cool that I love about the Novation Summit that I feel no other keyboard that I've seen or own has. It's multi-part control. And what is that? Well, this allows you to have a multi-part control, but also layer, split, or have a dual. So I'm gonna do a little demonstration. I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. And the cool thing about it is that as you play, you can kind of like change which part you want, which is here in the control. It's like what you can see. So if I press here, right now we are in single patches. If I go to multi, goes here, and now you can see the two controls here. So I can see what I have here in A and what I have in B, and it allows you to switch. So as you guys switch, everything here in the panel changes, and here changes. So I'm gonna do a little demonstration of it, and then we're gonna do some digging into it. So here we're gonna go over a little bit about the multi-part. So like right now, I play a couple sounds for you guys, but the cool thing about it is right now, for example, in the one that I just played, right now it's split. So like right now those sounds are split. But I'm like, if I want to layer, all I have to do is press layer, and this is what it gives you a whole different feel of the sound. Bigger sound, or you can also play a dual. And I can control and say, okay, which one it's on mono. This one, I can switch it to poly. Here on my voicing, I can just pick. Right now here in A, it's in poly, I saw that. And here now it's in poly, has a glide, probably will leave it. Also, then for example, if I want to like play the layer, it's like every sound gives you a whole the good thing about here also in the voices, you can see the difference between the two patches, the voicing. Here's split, and here's dual. Now here you have your glides, so I can be like, oh, I want to add some glide in this one or this one. Let's turn it off. On. That's a pretty cool thing about it. Now, when you are sound designing, something pretty cool that this keyboard has is a compare button. So sometimes when you are comparing, you're like, man, I want to hear the sound that I just have, but I don't want to lose the one that I create. So for example, in instance, we have this patch, it's called Simple and Sublime. So right now, let's say I'm creating this sound and I'm making changes. I probably want to layout, like turn the delay, or maybe no verb, no delay probably. But I want to listen to what I just did. At least give you an idea of like, oh, I don't want that. Well, which is pretty cool at the time of you creating your sound designing. The other pretty cool feature that this keyboard has is arpeggiator. So the cool thing about it, it's also super easy to learn. So let's say this sound, I want to arp it. So I'm going to turn the arp on. And here you can play with the octaves. These are the octaves that it jumps, but also you have your type. So right now it's going up. This is down, up and down, down, up, random, or your core option. Now, let's say the cool thing about it, it also has a key latch. So I can just start creating, and you say, well, I want to change the time. You go here, arp block. Super easy. And then now the other thing, it's like if you're playing, you can also change it right here. Super easy. So that's another feature that this keyboard has, is like any sound that you can create, boom, on the spot. And now if you create a sound, if you're trying to save, you just click save. You can rename it or you can just override it. You can pick your bank that you want there and you patch, which is super cool. And then you just save it by the category and it's done. Super easy. Now, the reason why this keyboard, I love playing with this keyboard and starting to love to program with this keyboard, is because I don't feel like I'm not fighting with the keyboard or trying to like learn it. A lot of keyboards where you're trying to like get to something, you have to press a button and then hold another one and press it. Not like that. But you have to hold and press, and it's just like it gets too much lost. You have to reel the manual and trying to figure it out. This one, it's just, again, everything is just in front of you. I feel like the first time I played it, when I opened it, I looked at it up. Within the first hour, I was ready to play the keyboard and understand it. So I feel like that's something that I love programming. It's like when it comes to sound designing, it's really good when everything is so smooth, especially when everything is in front of you and everything is just like ready to go for you. And then if you have to look for, different things or whatever, yes, you have to do different things, but here you have everything. Everything's in front of you, your menus, your multi-control, your effects, everything is just in front of you. That's something that I love about this keyboard. Now, in conclusion, the Novation Summit. Novation, let me tell you, did a great thing. And I'm really grateful for Sweetwater for sending me this keyboard to try. And I'm excited to keep trying it. I'm sure it has so many crazy things that I haven't even been able to get to it. But I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of this keyboard. So if you're looking for a keyboard, you're like, I want to have an addition for my studio. I want to have a keyboard that has everything, that can sound design, but I can also live performs. This is a keyboard for you. I mean, has everything that you need for a creator, has everything in front of you, easy to learn. And man, it has a crazy synth engine and I love it, the deep sounds that it has. So I'm excited to keep trying it. Shout out to Sweetwater, and we will see you on the next video.